So here's the idea. The success that we want is over here. It's on the other side of this line. And we're somewhere over here when we decide to make a decision to go after what we want. So we've got three types of people here. The first one is a person that's in bondage. They're stuck in their mind. But this person is stuck in a way where they really don't know that they're stuck. So what they kind of do is they, in their results in their life, they basically have what we're going to call X being the unknown factor. They have a certain kind of result in their life, and they keep getting this result over and over again. So it's a clear indication that not only do they have X-type thoughts, but their programming is also X. And the way that they show up and work every day is X. So they do the same thing. X-type programming, X-type thoughts, X-type behavior, X-type results. What's interesting about this individual is that because they're so locked into this pattern, the answers that are around them can't get to them. They cannot see the answer. They're not aware that it's even there, but it is there. And that's the crazy thing about success. Everything that you want or need is already here, and it's very close to you. But you only begin to receive it as you become aware that it's there. If nobody ever tells you that it's there and begins to show you how to identify it, a person never gets there. So if we move to this person here, we have somebody that's a little bit different. They too have X-type results in their life. They're getting the same result over and over again. But this person is looking at their result and they're saying something's wrong. Something's wrong. And it's not necessarily what I want either. So they also have X-type programming and they have X-type thoughts. But with their X-type thoughts, for whatever reason, there is a different kind of thought that is actually reaching this person. And I think it's because they're somewhat open to the idea that this is not the ideal for their life. So we call that a Y-type thought or a yes-type thought, right? They're open to a different idea that has the potential to take them where they want to go. Yet they haven't done anything with it, so they still get the same result that they got before. Now, when this person here decides that they're going to change, they do something very interesting. Oh, by the way, when they're in this place, the subconscious mind doesn't go into a sabotage pattern. It doesn't see anything as a threat yet. Okay? And this is more like a person going through their life observing things. You know, even a person who is, like if you looked at this individual who's in bondage, X-type programming, X-type thoughts, X-type behavior, they do lots of different things in their life where they're probably exposed to whatever their core wound would be like if it showed up in their life, whether they read it and see it in a movie or they read it in literature or they hear it from a story from someone else, but it's not threatening them. So they don't have a pattern that's actually stopping them or preventing them from doing anything because it's not triggered yet. However, when this person here takes another step forward, in other words, they have X-type conditioning, X-type thoughts, they have X-type behavior, they currently have X-type results, but they're starting to play with a Y idea. The second they start to get emotionally involved with that idea, they move it down and impress it on the subconscious mind. So they literally move that new idea from their conscious mind to the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is also the feeling mind. Why would I get emotionally involved with an idea? When I see something that harmonizes with my desire, I'm moving into the energy of what I'm supposed to have in my life. I'm moving in a new direction now. And it completely changes the vibration of that individual. which is very different when it comes to the sabotage pattern. So when this happens, immediately the subconscious mind has two opposing thoughts happening at the same time. One is the pattern that kept them safe. The other one is a pattern that seems very threatening, but at the same time, there's also exhilaration that's going on with this pattern. It's really fascinating. The closer they get to making a decision, the closer they run up against this wall that kind of paralyzes them and they can't seem to move. So everybody has a different, I would say, comfort level. If you looked right here and we said, this is the place where we are completely comfortable, right there. And the success that we want is past this barrier over here. We know that the moment that we make a decision, we step off of this place and we start to move toward that direction. Now, the second we make the decision, we've already stepped off away from the comfort level. That is some degree past where we were. And when that happens, fear begins to show up in amplitude and vibration. It begins to increase. So the further that we get away from the area that is like complete comfortable, no threat, not worried about anything, it begins to increase as we go. And then when a person hits this place where it's like their threshold, they don't know how to handle any more, boom, that's when they will create a circumstance right here, that big circumstance, like when we looked at the triangle, that's when that shows up. And when that shows up, they start to see things that are not there from the perspective of it has a completely different agenda. It has a completely different agenda. And it is seeking out your agreement. You're going to ask yourself this question: what's the truth about this? Now, what that does is it gives you, number one, control over your thought. You're taking control back. The second your subconscious mind starts reacting, it's in control. You need to take control back immediately. What's the truth about this? When we move into what's the truth about this, the next thing that we're thinking about is, what am I actually dealing with, right? Because if I know what the problem is, I can come at it from a proactive place. If I don't know what it is, I am automatically going to follow my old pattern.
Thanks for listening to the Successful Mind podcast. And if you like what you heard and you want to know more, go to davidnagel.com/free stuff.